Hi friends, my name is Bethany Palacios and this is my Communications 430 interview. So I wanted to start off with this quote that I read the other day, probably on Facebook, I don't know, but I found it again and it's by John C. Maxwell, and the quote says, "A leader is one who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way." And I think everyone would agree with that. We just don't want someone to know it and to speak it, but we want them to walk the walk, you know. And so the person I chose to interview was someone who I know sees it, knows it, and walks the walk. And that person is my amazing friend, Jennifer Waldrop. She is a part of the nonprofit organization called Youth with a Mission. She is a journalist for the Colorado base, and her job is to her job is to gather the testimonies and the information from families who are not on the Colorado base, but are out in the world serving and out in the world being missionaries, and to write them up a report for like the newsletters and for the website and for the blog. And not only does she do that, but she's a stay-at-home mom, which is incredible. But she also is heavily involved in her church, and she's like the women's pastoral, and she's like the children's pastor, and she goes to a big church, guys. So this woman is just like boss. Yeah. I had the greatest privilege talking to her and just picking her brain apart, because I think that someone who has all that authority doesn't really have time, but it was awesome just to see her make time for me. It was a treat that I found very just humbling. It's like, oh, you have time to talk to me and you have all this stuff to do. Anyways, getting started. One of the leadership qualities that I saw in her was a servant leader. And a servant leader is someone who obviously puts other people before themselves. Their priority is other people, such her family, her workplace, anyone really besides herself. And I think that's an awesome trait to have, and I think people kind of lack that today. Like, we're all in a seeking society, but Jen, as I've always seen her as someone who's serving and looking for ways to better other people. And she was telling me how when you better other people, you really better yourself. And that really struck home too, because I was like, wow, like, it really isn't about me. She's like, life isn't really about you. You're just a part of it, and you get to find ways to help other people. And one of the things I do love about Jen a lot is that she always has these deep, inspiring quotes or questions to ask. And I just sit there thinking, like, wow, like, you really do think, and you really do speak, and you really do walk it out. One quote that she said that really inspired me was, "What you choose to focus on becomes your reality." And I love that quote because I think it's true. And I think that you can focus on so much things, but you really do become what you think. And I've seen that because, just in my day-to-day life, and then her talking about her day-to-day life, and how she just focused on one thing at a time, and that will really change the course of her day, or her mood, her attitude. Another leadership trait that Jennifer lives by is the transformational leader. And the transformational leader focuses on leaders that communicate and that motivate, and that honestly focuses on the big picture of the family, the big picture of the organization, and really cares about details. And I admire that a lot, because I think that whenever I'm around Jen, or I talk to her when we're just in passing, she really does take the time to just pay attention, and she holds that authority that you want to be a better person, or you want to be on time, and you want to be focused, because she has that expectation. And so you really do transform, and you really do you glow up, you level up, you become better. And I thrive to be that. One area that I asked her is, like, what is an area you could grow in as a leader? And hands down, she went into depth about how she needs to learn to say no, and how you can serve all you want, and you can give all you want, but you need to learn your boundaries, and you need to learn to say no in times where it's going to affect your mood and will just affect things that you don't really are passionate about. And so I then asked her, what are 5 areas that you look for in a leader? And Jen made it very clear that these are not just areas that she looks for in a leader, but she tries to look for and thrive for in herself. And these traits are: encourage healthy habits in her home, in her workplace, for herself; to give positive praise in her home, in her workplace, and for herself; to let people approach you and let them ask you questions, aka me. And she said that is just gonna let you grow as a person, and that's gonna let me grow as a person. There's no fear in questions. She said, remember that you are in charge. And I think that's a big one too, is because she was talking about her family and how having kids, that can be overwhelming, but remembering that she is in charge, that she's confident, and that she's not going to let life overwhelm her. And that's super empowering too, because I think we live, like I said, in a day and age where we get very overwhelmed, and we don't have to be that way. And then number 5 is stay chill, which I think it was a really big one for her because she has so much going on, and she's constantly giving, serving, church, ministry, family, that you have to stay chill. And she said effective leader keeps control of their emotions, and they speak clearly and with authority in a calm place. And just learning that you don't have to freak out, that you can remain chill, that you can continue just doing life with control. And to conclude, I feel like just Jennifer, I feel like Jennifer really does a great job of just exemplifying what it looks like to be a part of life with intentions. And I think that is what we really look for in leadership, and we look for in people. It's like we want intentionality and we want authenticity. And if you can have those 2 things with passion, you really are going to be a good leader. And I was just thrilled to be able to have the time and just the 5 minutes to sit there and talk to Jen. And so lastly, leave this project with a quote that Jen said that really inspired me. Was you need to go from wanting to change your life to deciding to change your life. And I love that because there's so many things that we want, and there's so many things you can do, but there's a place where you have to just not, like I said in the beginning, not know, not speak, but you have to walk the walk. And I think Jen really does live that quote too, and inspires me to live that quote. And so I hope that you guys feel inspired in these quotes, and just learning about Jennifer and her life, and even women, is having a job and having a family and just serving is actually an amazing leadership tactic, and that you can really be the best you can be by just being intentional with others. All right, that's the end.